Thursday lately, Thursday yet again, and I have been finding so many things that have been bringing me joy this week, and I'm just really excited to share just a couple of them with you. One's a repeat from last week, but I have something specific about it, and that'll be the last one. So yeah, this week has started our wedding tour 2011. We go on tour for the summer. That's what Erin and I joked, that we're going on tour to see all of our friends and family get married. So this weekend we were in Colfax, Washington, and this wedding was just so beautiful. It was just small town America at its finest, and so one of the things that brought me joy at that wedding, other than just everyone that we got to see, all of our friends, and just watching them get married, was the dessert at the wedding. And I don't have it with me because I haven't had time to make these yet. But so first of all, they didn't have cake. They had pies, 85 different types of pies. Well, like 10 different types of pies, but there's 85 pies total. But the other thing they had were these baskets and baskets of these sugar cookies. But once you bit into those sugar cookies, you realize that it was a little bit different than the normal sugar cookie. There was a Reese's peanut butter cup inside of the sugar cookie. It was so good. I ate so many. I was like nudging my brother-in-law, my sister-in-law, like, go get me one more, go get me one more, because I'm too embarrassed to go up again to get like a whole handful of these cookies. So that brought me so much joy. They were so good. Everyone was raving about them. So that just brought me joy and brought me a new recipe to try in making these so I can continue to eat them. So that's number one. Number two relates to number one because this last weekend it was 4th of July and the wedding, and I just ate whatever I, darn well felt like. And if I needed to have 12 of those cookies, and I needed to have 12 of those cookies. But because of that, this week I'm going on a little bit of a sugar free zone. So anything sweet, like anything ice cream, cookies, my usual coffee in the morning that has some extra sugar in it. So I'm just doing natural sugars only this week, just to kind of clean me out and make sure I'm not binging myself of sugar, I guess. So something that I am loving was Costco was selling this massive thing of strawberries for $5. Can you believe that? $5 for this huge thing. And it's helped me so much because it's natural sugar, and if I need a little something sweet, I can just go grab some strawberries. So that's bringing me a lot of joy because I love strawberries. They're just so expensive, so I never really buy them, but this is helping. The third thing that I'm finding joy in, which is totally weird, but I'll share a little background story, are these swim goggles. Total nerd bucket alert. They're wet. I swam just like 2 hours ago, and these goggles, I got them about a year and a half ago when I competed in the triathlon that I competed almost every year. And I needed new goggles because my other ones were filling with water, and if you are a swimmer, then you know how annoying it is when you put your face in the water to try to swim, and now your whole eyeball is filled with water. And I cry every triathlon. I get 100 meters, 100 yards-ish from the finish, and I see that millweed and that seaweed stuff coming up, and it freaks me out. And I cry, and it usually fogs up my goggles. So embarrassing. But these goggles are awesome. They did not fog, and I'm still using them, and they don't leak, and they are awesome. And I was just thinking today while I was swimming laps at the pool that, man, I am so glad I have these goggles. So that's the third thing that's bringing me joy this week. Erin just walked in the door while I'm doing Thursday Latelies. And then the last thing that's bringing me joy is Heaven is for Real, which we talked about last week, but I just wanted to read a part of it that brought me a lot of joy today. Let's see here. It says, see, I have this tiny little box, this box that said, people have to die to go to heaven. And Colton, trusting me, concluded, well, I might have died then because I was there. suddenly he piped up again. Daddy, remember when I yelled for you in the hospital when I waked up? How could I forget? It was the most beautiful sound I'd ever heard. Of course I do, I said. Well, the reason I was yelling was that Jesus came to get me. He said I had to go back because he was answering your prayer. That's how come I was yelling for you. Suddenly my knees felt weak underneath me. I flashed back to my prayers alone, raging at God, and my prayers in the waiting room, quiet and desperate. I remember how scared I was, agonizing over whether Colton would hang on through the surgery, whether he'd live long enough for me to see his precious face again. Those were the longest, darkest 90 minutes of my life. And Jesus answered my prayer. And Jesus answered my prayer personally after I had yelled at God, chastising him, questioning his wisdom and his faithfulness. Why would God ever answer a prayer like that, and how did I deserve his mercy? And I just thought that was so sweet and such just a good reminder that God will meet you wherever you are. He will. He'll meet you when you're mad or sad or whatever. So I just thought that was an awesome, awesome reminder of God's goodness and how we don't deserve his mercy, but for some reason he gives it to us anyway. So I hope you guys are having a great Thursday, and that you will link up with Bex as well for Thursday Latelies and just finding things that you are thankful for and that are bringing you just a little bit of happiness, enjoying your life. So have a good one.